Let us look at how to shade different sets under set theory. So by the end of this lesson, you are going to understand how to describe this shaded area, how to describe both these, and also how to shade different kinds of operations. So to get started, I'm going to start with something very basic such that you even feel sleepy. So if they tell you to shade A intersection B, here you already know, you just shade the common area. So in the previous videos we learned that A intersection B simply means the common things which are in A and in B. So the intersection is this one here. So even here we can shade A intersection B intersection C. It is just right here. The common of all these. Yeah, so here there's almost no thinking. Let's go to something interesting. What if they say A union B? Here again, no thinking. You just shade everything in A and B. Yeah, so like as if you're grade 1. So this is how you shade. You can shade in either direction. You can slant like that. So this is A union B union C. Yeah, so you've seen it's very easy. So we're done with the lesson. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. We end here. So that's how you shade. Oh, that was a joke. There's no way we can end without learning all this. So now let's get to something more interesting. What if they tell you to shade A minus A slash B? So A slash B, in the previous videos we learned that it simply means A minus B. So when you see A slash B or A minus B, it simply means they say shade set A, but do not shade the part which is having B. Simply meaning that shade only what is in A except what is in B. So like in this case, we would have to shade like this. You shade neatly in your book. So ensure the lines do not go outside of set A. So you can see I've ended here. I'm not going to shade this area because this is also part of B. So we don't shade that. So for such kind of a shading, it means we've shaded A minus B or A slash B. You simply shade only what's in A, excluding what is in B. I hope we're clear on that. So I'm giving you this exercise under 2 minutes. Try it. So I'm going to give you this exercise. Shade B slash A. Yeah, so pause the video and then quickly shade. What are you getting? So if you do the right thing, you just know you shade what is in B. This is what is in B. But you do not shade this part, although it is in B, but it is also having A, so you do not shade it. Yeah, so this is B slash A, which is also written as B minus A. If not B minus A, it can also be written as B intersection A complement. Now you remember the laws of set algebra. So if you didn't check out the video, you can peruse through the channel. You look for that. So this is how you shade B minus A. So like let's do something here. What if we want to shade, again let's start with something simple. Let's say B slash C. So you can write minus or slash. So B slash C, they simply mean shade what is in B, but do not shade what is also in C. So let us shade B. B, we're shading B is here. B is right here. Yeah, so you can't shade this part. This is not B. And then C is the whole lot of this. So we can't shade in here because it's part of C. So this is what we mean. You shade what is in B, but not what is in C. Yeah, so this is how you shade B minus C. You have seen it's very simple, almost no thinking. So I can give you another work. So for this one, you just have to look and you'll be able to answer. What if I tell you to shade C minus A? So just imagine, you can even practice on your book, like try shading. So C minus A simply means you shade what is in C. This is what is in C, but you are not going to A. This is A. You are not shading anything in here. Yeah, so this is the same. They can tell you C intersection A complement. It simply means C minus A. Yeah, so you learned, I already taught the laws of set algebra, but just a quick revision. If they tell you A minus B, you should always know that this is A, the minus becomes intersection, and then B will have a complement. Yeah, so please check out the video so that you appreciate even more. So this is C minus A. Very simple. So I'm sure someone is like, no, we're tired of boring questions. Give us something nice. So here's something nice. How would you shade this? So you can give yourself just an opportunity to solve. Pause the video and then see what you get. So here it simply means we're shading A minus B union C. So remember, here it simply means you shade what is in A, but do not touch anything that is here, meaning everything in B union C. Do not touch it. So where is A? A is in here. You start shading Kwa. You don't cross this line because you are going to enter C. You shade, you shade, you shade. So you do not want to enter C. You shade again here. You do not enter B. You shade, you shade, you shade. So that is B union C. So for those who are doing tuitions, I'm actually going to inbox you one by one. Have you done the homework? So homework number 1. For those who are not registered for tuitions, you can also attempt and show me your work. There's no problem. But for those registered for tuitions, I'm going to inbox you one by one, and we're also going to have more live lessons. So I want you now to try shading B minus A union C. So try this, also try this. So if you want to understand maths very well, you just have to be practicing. So shade these and show me your work, and let me even twist something a bit. Also try shading this. So if you get stuck, you can always let me know. Yeah, so this is just some work. You can inbox me on this WhatsApp line. Yeah, so now we're done with the baby things. Let's go to something even more interesting. So what else can we look at? So we have what we call a symmetric difference of two sets. So let me just make this big. So you learned in the Megaminds document for the symmetric difference. You already know if they say A intersection B. You already know if they say A union B. But what if they say A plus B in this form? So this is very simple. It simply means you shade everything in A, you also shade everything in B, but don't shade the intersection. Yeah, so A plus B, you shade everything in A. You see this is our A, and we have shaded everything in B, but the intersection we do not shade it. So this is A plus B. I'm sure you've understood it. So please just practice. So here you can also shade A plus C. You simply shade the things in A. So this is our A. So you shade the things in A, and then we have also shaded the things in C. This is our C. But the intersection, we do not touch it. Yeah. So this is how you shade A plus B or A plus C. Yeah. So things might not be so simple. You can be asked to shade A plus B union C. So here it simply means you are going to shade everything in A and everything in B union C, but do not shade the intersection. So which one is the intersection? So like A, A is right here. So you shade the things in A, so except the intersection, and then B union C, let me just show you. B union C, it is everything in here and everything in there. Yeah, so but we do not shade the intersection, meaning you shade here is our C, and then we even shade our B. So you just have to take your time. So you can see what we have shaded is what is making up the intersection. Yeah, this is intersecting. It is having B. Here we're also having C. So we do not shade. Yeah, so this is the symmetric difference. You just have to know something about it. Usually you might not be asked, but it came in a past paper for 2022. So yeah, we're done. And then A complement, it simply means you shade what is not in A. This is not in A, you shade outside of A. So complement means not included. Yeah, so ensure you shade as neat as possible. If they say shade, so this is A complement, you've understood. Yeah, so this is, for now it's boring, people understanding. What if they say A union B? I hope this will be hard. Complement, it simply means, you see this is A union B, but complement, it simply means outside. So you shade what is outside of, intersection, A intersection B, just like this. This is our A intersection B, A intersection B, A intersection B. Yeah, you shade outside of A intersection B everywhere except the middle part. Yeah, so I'm sure you've gotten the point here. So now you are ready for exam standard questions. So those were the basics which you should know. So for some other things, you are going to learn them as we progress. So let's look at this. We have the question is, in each of the Venn diagrams, use union and intersection, even the complement, to describe the shaded regions. So previously I was showing you how to shade, like shade something. So now here they have now given us, a shading, and then they're saying what kind of shading is that. So let's go through it together. So we're going to start. Let's start with this one here. So you just have to observe the pattern, like what can you see, what do you think? So like you can see A is not shaded, so this is giving you a clue that A is complement. You see, so A is complement, meaning A was not shaded, and then everything in B was shaded. So we say A complement union B. So what's outside of A, and then together with everything in B, so everything in B was shaded. So this is the final answer. So you can be asked now, like here they'll give you shade A complement union B. For you to shade, sometimes it can be a challenge. So I remember myself when I was teaching myself on this, you would have to use different colors sometimes. So here, how would you shade A complement union B? You simply shade what is outside of A, meaning these are the things which are outside of A. So this is outside of A, all this is outside of A, and then union B. So this is B, part of B is shaded, and then they've said everything in B, so meaning even this area we shade it. Yeah, so this is the shading which you can see here. Outside of A they put dots, it was shaded, and then everything in B was shaded. So it's just a matter of you trying to observe the pattern. So you can even try out this. What about A complement intersection B? How would you shade this? A complement intersection B. This is the part where two colors used to work for me. So you can try thinking of other ways. So like you would shade, first let us shade A complement. A complement meaning the things which are outside of A. So this is our A complement, A complement. Everything which is outside of A, that is A complement. This is our A complement. And then here now we have intersection, meaning with B. So now let us shade set B. So B, we're going to shade it using black so that you can see the difference. So here we've shaded A complement in red and B in black. So for you to know the intersection, you just have to check where are you having two colors. Here outside you can see we just have red, meaning that is just A complement. And then in here you can see we only have black, meaning this is just B. So but where we're having two colors, it's in here. So meaning that is our intersection, where we're having two colors, meaning in your final work it will just look like this. So this is A complement intersection B. Yeah, so for you to know if you've understood, try this B complement intersection C, and then show me your work so that you just be very sure. And then let's come to this one. What is the operation? So you can see outside of A is not shaded. What I'm trying to say, everything in A is not shaded. This is giving you a clue of A complement. Everything in A is not shaded, and then here you can see B and C are intersecting. So I have B intersection C. So we've just seen A complement, and then we also have B intersection C. And then you'd ask yourself now, here should I put intersection or should I put union? So it depends on what we have. So in this case we say intersection because A complement is outside here, you can see, meaning even this it is A complement, A complement, A complement. And then B intersection C, it is this shaded area. So meaning this is a common area between A complement and B intersection C. So you just have to give this a thought, like you just try to think it through. So that's how you shade A complement intersection B intersection C. So I'm going to give you this work. So there are going to be a lot of exercises. You don't have to submit everything, just submit where you want me to confirm. So like, what if I tell you to describe this area? How would you describe it? Okay, for this one I'll answer for you, just so that you are clear. You can see there's nothing in B which is not shaded. So B is a complement. And then we say intersection. This is A intersection C. So this is baby stuff. So your exercise will be this one. What is this? Yeah, so I'm sure you can manage. You can even see C is not shaded. So we can progress. So this is how we describe. You start from somewhere. You just see, oh, there's nothing in A. So can we look at another example? So let's look at this now. We have this and this. This is very scary, but don't worry, it's going to be okay. So how would you describe this shading? So when you become super smart, you just say B plus C. So B symmetric C. So this is the symmetric difference. Remember, in the introduction of the video I said we'll talk about it again so that it sticks into your mind. So remember, repetition is the something. So ensure you are resolving all these again. So just a quick recap. If they say A plus B, it simply means the things in A and the things in B except the intersection. And this is exactly what we have. The things in A, the things in C, and the things in B. But the intersection is not shaded. So just like that. Although sometimes your lecturer would want you to expand this further to show that you've understood the mathematics. So how else can you write this? There's actually another way. So how can we put it? How can we? Okay. So to make me, for me to make you understand this, I'll come to this one, which is very simple, so that when we go to the other one, you are even smiling. So like, remember, if they say shade A minus B, this I know you have understood. It simply means you shade what is in A alone, but what is in B you do not shade. Yeah, so here you are very good to go. This is the shading for A minus B. So now what if they tell you to shade B, if they say B minus A, it simply means you are going to shade this area. You see, this area which is in B, but do not shade what is part of A. So some questions will be like, they give you something like this and then they say, can you describe the shading? So from this shading, what you can be able to see is that on this part we have A minus B, and then we say union, meaning we're mixing it with the other part. The other parts we have shaded B, but what is in A is not shaded. So this is B minus A. This is the shading which is here. So if the other way of writing it, so this is correct, or you can also write it, you say A plus B. Yeah, so a very good way of doing this, you just write both, they'll mark you, or just write one. So this is A plus B. Yeah, so now you can observe this is B plus C, but the other way of writing this, we can actually write it as, you can see we have shaded C but B is not part of the shading, meaning on top there we have C minus B. Yeah, so this is what we have. This is C. We haven't shaded this part because it's under B. Yeah, and then we say union. Down here we have shaded B, but C is not shaded. So this is the other way of how you can answer this. Yeah, so for the third one, I think I'll leave it. Maybe I'll just talk about it. So for the third one, for you to understand it better, again, I like teaching like I'm teaching children, so pardon me. I've been a teacher for grade 1 and 2 a lot. So what would you do if they tell you to shade B union C intersection B intersection C? What am I writing? So what would you do if they tell you to shade A union B intersection A intersection B complement? So you can be given something like this and then they tell you to shade. What would you do? So you just take it step by step. So for this one, we're going to use color black. A union B, let us shade everything in A. So everything in A. Everything in A like this, and B. So this is A union B. And then let us also shade this part. So A intersection C complement. Remember, if it was just A intersection C, it could have been easy. We just shade in here. Oh, sorry, A intersection B. This could have been A intersection B. But since there's a complement, it simply means you shade what's outside. You shade what's outside. What's outside? You shaded what is outside here. You shaded what is outside of the intersection. You shaded what is outside. Shade what's outside. Yeah, so for this one, it's usually so helpful, like for you to know where the intersection is. So the intersection is where we have two colors. Outside here, you can see we do not have two colors. We just have red outside, meaning it's not the intersection. So red is not the intersection. And then here in the middle, you can see we only have black. So black, oh, here the middle part is not the intersection as well. And then in here we have red and black. So this is the intersection. Also this is the intersection. So meaning this is how the shading will actually look. We shaded A union B and then also shaded A intersection B complement. So this is the whole lot of thing, how it's looking. And if you can remember, everything in A is shaded and everything is in B is shaded, but the intersection is not part of the answer. And so this is A plus B. Yeah, so this is another way of answering this one. So this one, it has a number of answers, like you can just say B plus C. This is the symmetric difference. Or you say B, sorry. So here we start with C. C minus B. This is showing that C was shaded, but not what is part of B. And then we say combining with B is being shaded, but not what is in C. Yeah, and then so this is the answer. And then the other one, which is very long, where we say everything in B union C. when you shade everything in B union C, and then you intersect with B intersection C complement, this is the shading. So this is quite technical. It may take time for you to understand, but just practice more and more. Yeah, so now coming to conclusion, let's look at this. How would you describe the shading? So this is just similar to what we've been doing, but just twisted a few things. So how would you describe the shading? So you would have to first, like, just imagine we have y, which is here. So this is our y, and then let's also write z. So z, it is this one, which is quite bigger. Yeah, so this is the thing which we have. So this part is shaded, and this other part for z, it is the one which is shaded. Yeah, so from here you can already see that this is y plus z. They have shaded what is in y, they have also shaded what is in z, but the intersection is not shaded. And then the other way of writing, you can say y minus z. So in short, if you see y plus z, it simply means y minus z union z minus y. You can just master this if possible. Yeah, so this is the shading which we have there. So I hope you've gotten one or two things from this lesson. Yeah, so don't forget to subscribe and check out for the next video. So in the next video, we'll look at even more examples, something like this. So if you are ready to go through this together, just subscribe and then click the next video. So we end here. See you in the next lesson.